Hey there, what's going on, fellow Digidestins? This is Collectibles for Life YT coming to you with another deck profile, this time on Ulforceveedramon. So without further ado, let's get started. For our first 2 counts, it's going to be a 2 count of Digimon, which states inherited. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has jamming, trigger, draw 1. It's really good for certain Digimon in this deck. Next one, we have 3 Upamon, which state when attacking once per turn, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, trigger, draw 1. We have 3 of these. Best baby for blue for sure. And that runs out our 5 cards. Next, for our rookie count. Our rookie count consists of 14 Digimon. Our first one is going to be the jamming, a set of 4 for the Vmon, 2000 DP, play cost 3, and 0 to Digivolve. Jamming is really powerful mechanic on a rookie. It lets you go in quickly for attacks, pretty much, and get your opponent's security checks down a lot quicker. So we carry 4 of those. Next, we carry 4 of these. Gomamon. The ability to inherit on deletion, gain 1 memory, helps out a lot, making your opponent have awkward turns where he doesn't know if he should cast first or attack first. So it's very good. So when you lose your Digimon, your champion, at least you get something back from it. So it's a 3 to cast and 3000 DP, 0 to evolve. You're mostly playing it for the inherited ability. Our next are our 6 count of vanilla. It's going to be 2 Gomamon and 4 Elecmon. Nothing too special about these. 2 to cast, 0 to evolve, 3000 DP. They're mostly there so that way you can have bodies on the field whenever you need them in a quick manner. And that's our rookie count right there. Alright. Now for our champions. For our champions, we have a total of 4, 8, 11. 11 champions. Starting off with the Veedramon. It states, on your turn, while you have a blue tamer in play, this Digimon gains jamming. This Digimon can't be deleted in battle against security checks. Again, another reason why you carry the Demi-Vmons is because you also have this guy as jamming, and you will have trainers on here because it's a Ulforceveedramon deck. Just like the Shining Greymon, you're going to be using your trainers. It's a 5 to cast and 2 to evolve, 5000 jamming, and it's a Veedramon, which helps out with certain scenarios. So we'll put those over there. Making a mess. Alrighty. Our next is 4 copies. You heard right. 4 copies of the other Veedramon that came on the 1.0 box. It's 6 to play, 3 to evolve, 6000 DP. It has when attacking once per turn. If you have a tamer in play, unsuspend this Digimon. Its inheritable ability says while you have a blue tamer in play, this Digimon gets 1000 DP. So it buffs up your Ulforceveedramon. That's why it's so useful. Among being able to re-attack just like the Ulforce. That's why we carry 4 of those. And finally, we've got 3 of the basic blockers. 6000 DP, 5 to cast, 2 to Digivolve. It's a black blocker, and when you attack, you lose 2 memory. It's to protect you in certain scenarios, of course. And that's our basic setup for our champions. Alrighty. Next, we're going for our ultimates. Now, this deck plays a little bit differently, at least the build that I made. So we only have 4 Arrow Veedramon as our ultimates. This is all you need, just these 4. 8 to cast, 3 to Digivolve, 7000 DP. In the states and its effect, when Digivolving, if you have a blue tamer in play, unsuspend one of your blue Digimon. It is really effective with this deck, at least this build that I made, because when you have your rookies like Vmon, your Veedramon, and you have an extra one, you Digivolve to an ultimate, you're able to unsuspend something and hit again, so it's very useful. Then an inherited ability, your turn. When this Digimon becomes unsuspended during your main phase, it gains jamming. So Veedramon pretty much, or Ulforceveedramon. Whenever you attack, and then because you turn again, you pretty much get jamming. So it makes him literally indestructible to security checks unless it's an option card. So we run 4 of these. Next, we run 3 of the main event, the main guy, Ulforceveedramon. When one of your blue tamers becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon. Once per turn, When during your turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspended, during your main phase, gain 1 memory. So it has to be during your main phase. Unfortunately, you don't get it every time you untap and retap. So it's definitely it's okay. It's not a big deal. 13 to cast, 3 to evolve, 1100 DP. Again, the DP being so low makes him so vulnerable to being able to get hit by your opponent next turn and knocking them out. And it takes so much to evolve, so that's why we only run 3 of these. And we also run a tech card, Omnimon. Just a one-of, just again tech, usually, so that way you can destroy something that's in your way, or being able to attack twice again, because you want to attack multiple times. The idea is to just break down your opponent as quickly as possible. So we run 1 of him. And of course, you must be wondering, okay, with all this different stuff going on, such little low counts, where's our rest of our cards coming from, or what are they? Well, our first ones are 4 of the Tide V Tamer. 2 cost states on your main phase, if you have a Digimon with Veedramon in its name, you may suspend this Tamer to activate one of the following abilities. So by suspending, you're automatically activating your Ulforceveedramon, and you're able to also get one of the 2 abilities, which is draw a card or get 1000 DP for the turn. So in other words, making him bulkier so you can go through things, or drawing so you can get more draw power. Again, remember, it states Veedramon, so it can't be Vmon, it has to go Veedramon and higher. So we carry 4 of those right there, of those Tamers. Then to run off our Tamers, we have 3 of the Ties. Or not Ties, the Davis, my bad. Davis. 4 cost, when if it's your turn, if you have 2 memories or less, you get an extra memory, so you get 3 memory. Or you get up to 3 memory. So if you have 2 or less, you get up to 3 memory. So you always start at 3. On play effects, reveal the top card of your deck, add 1 blue and 1 green Digimon card among them to your hand, place the remaining card at the bottom of your deck in any order. So ideally, you're going to be getting a 1-for-1 when you play this, and then you'll be setting up your memory count through the game. Also has a security ability, so it can be activated through security. It's really helpful for your, because once you get after Veedramon, your U-Force and your Arrow Veedramons are always 3, so it helps you be able to do an evolution, and then maybe 1 more evolution before your turn ends, so you can get your full count, so up to U-Force. So we play 7 trainers in all. But wait, there's more. Now for my tech. This is I call it my legendary tech, because this is the basis of how I run my deck. We've got 3 of the Mad Dog Fire option cards. As a main ability, it says this Digimon gets 3000 DP for the turn for a 1 cost. This helps out when you're re-standing your Veedramon and your Ulforceveedramon, because not only does it attack with 6000, then you get 3 more thousand, you have 9000 attack, maybe even 10 at the end of the attack, so like with a tie, or even 11. You get to those points where you actually have power to go through things and to fight back. The problem with this deck, I've noticed, is a lot that it can't attack your opponent. You have to, it gets to certain Digimon where it just can't mesh up to the power, and you start losing your U-Forces, your Veedramons, and then you have to cast, and you start falling behind. Ideally, when you have these right here in your hand, you can activate them. You can even activate 2 at a time, and pass a Omnimon, or attack in security without, if you don't have jamming, at least you don't lose your Digimon in the security check. The other fun ability is that it's got a security effect, which triggers, you draw 1 card from your deck, and then you add this to your hand. You get two cards for the price of a security check, which you can't beat that. Which I feel like, again, this is one of the techs that people are definitely sleeping on. Amazing. Next, we run 3 Coyote Breaths. People may think, well, that's too much, 7 to return a Digimon when they can recast it. But in certain scenarios where you're trying to stall out so that way you can win, this sets them back. And by setting them back, you're able again to attack the next turn, giving you the last maybe security that you need to hit before you finish the game. If you activate it in the security, it activates its effect, so you get a free, pretty much, remove a Digimon, making their board smaller, so that way you can continue being aggressive and win the game. So we carry 3 of these in there. And finally, for the last tech card, which, I mean, it's a staple pretty much now, we get the Hammer Sparks. Hammer Sparks are good for gaining a memory, 0 cost. But of course, you want him to hit him in the security. You gain 2 memory, 0 cost. Again, you're trying to make your opponent, you're trying to make him have very awkward plays where he can't attack how he wants to or evolve how he wants to and then attack. You want to have him be drained of memory as much as possible, so that way he can't play his big cards. He's held back while you have free range to evolve and pretty much spread your attacks and win the mashup. If done right, you can definitely do 2 checks almost every turn, if not more, with this right here, the Veedramon ability to attack again. He's definitely your star player. Of course, the U-Force is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he's your, okay, if I have enough memory, let's go to U-Force and finish it off. He is definitely a very sleep-on card. People just play one of or none of him, and I feel like he definitely deserves to be the main event in your deck. By using the Mad Dog Fire, you're able to attack and defeat most of the higher-end Digimon in the security. You also have the other one with jamming, so again, you can attack. If you have scenarios where he has a blocker, you can attack and you won't fear the blocker because most blockers are 6,000 and up. So with him being so strong, you can either take down his blocker and then attack with the jamming, or you can even power up the jamming that only has 5,000 and use the Mad Dog to make him up to 8,000, being able to go over blockers. Ideally, you don't want to be stopped. You want to just keep going. Every turn you should be able to attack, and that's what you're trying to do with this deck. You want it as aggro as quick as possible. You want to just be there and gone. And that's basically why this deck's built this way. Like I said, certain scenarios, you definitely use most of your deck. Just the rookies and champions, pretty much, you'll be using the most of. With the ability, like I said, jamming. Also able to give 1,000 when you Digivolve from this guy right here. That makes your Veedramon 8,000, beats most ultimate blockers, and like I said, these are mostly just for blocking, just protect yourself whenever you feel like an awkward situation, but you shouldn't be using too much of your ultimate in megas in this particular build. The idea is you're going to go in there quickly, you're going to hit with your rookies, you're going to hit with your Veedramon. If something gets destroyed, you want to ideally have it under this guy, so that way you get a +1 memory. You hit, they hit your securities. You have a lot of security activated abilities. Literally, I think 7, 10, 13, I think 17, I think you have 17 security checks. So ideally, you will be getting security checks, which will set him again up into an awkward situation. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about this deck. I really enjoy it. It's very, very aggro. It's the best way, I think, to play Ulforceveedramon, in my opinion. It gets you in the scenarios where the best way to win is to just go aggro with him. I feel a lot of people try to do mid control, or they try to do different tamers. I know there's the other one, I can't remember, the other one's a 3 cost to and when you tap it against 1,000. To me, that's not worth anything. 1,000, I can get easily 1,000 from this guy right here. I can get easily 1,000. I can get 1,000 from any of these, which is only a 2 cost. So that effect and getting a card back is not worth it. Getting my memory set up to the point where I can use whatever I need to use and getting a card back from it, that's useful. That's how you do it. But I think I've said enough for this deck. I'm gonna start doing some. I'm getting there. We go. I'm gonna try to start doing some battles with my son and show them off. I've already gone to the tournaments for my locals. I'll show some of those decks off too. I went undefeated with my red and undefeated with my green. Unfortunately, I arrived late to the tournament, so I did get a point counted against me, but it was undefeated. Those decks will probably be the next ones I'm going to be showing off. Unless you guys got any suggestions of something that you want to see on my channel, just let me know. And that's pretty much all I got to say. You guys have a good one. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I love making this content. I love Digimon. I am going to be making more stuff for you guys. Hopefully you subscribe, comment, and let's build some decks later.